Hello and welcome once again to Jacob's Toys 5 Minute Figure Reviews. Please do like, share, subscribe and all of those things. All support to the channel is very much appreciated. In this video we are taking a look at the Walmart exclusive Guardians of the Galaxy Star-Lord first appearance. This is pretty cool. I'm quite psyched about this one. I kind of slept on him for a little while because I wasn't too sure, but finally got around to picking him up and I'm really excited to open him up. So without further ado, let's get him out of the box and take a look at the figure. Now this of course is Star-Lord based on his Marvel preview issue number 4, I think it was, in 1975. His blue and yellow, blue and gold with white Ascension spandex suit. It comes with 2 additional hands, so you got two closed fist hands and 2 trigger finger hands, which is pretty cool. He of course comes with his blaster as well that goes there in the what are they called? I always forget what these are called. The pouch, the sheath. No, not sheath. That's the swords. The holster. There we go. It comes with his gold holster on his belt. The gun goes in there, and he also comes with this cool sword that you saw him with in the comic books. Unfortunately, there's nowhere to place that sword, so that's a little bit of a disappointment. But overall, he is a very cool looking figure. He's very spot on in comparison to the comic books and to that look, that 1975 look. He's got butterfly joints in the shoulders. Now there's a couple of little paint defects in the white, which is a little bit of a shame. I think it's just where the paint's not quite bled into the muscle definition and stuff, so that is a little bit of a shame, but can't be helped. Now this is, from what I can tell, on the new Vulcan body as well, so it's all pinless and it's got really nice articulation in all the expected places. Overall, he's a pretty cool character. I mean, if you're a comic book collector and if you're a collector of the kind of first appearance or the kind of vintage classic looks, then he is an absolute must-have, I think, because this, after all, was Star-Lord's first appearance. Now, let's be totally honest. Oh, there's me saying he stands well and he falls over. But let's be totally honest. This is not the best look for Star-Lord. I don't think it aged very well. I think the helmet is very clunky looking and very kind of 70s space looking. I mean, it was suitable for the time, but he's nowhere near as cool looking as the kind of modern version of Star-Lord that's of course very heavily influenced by the MCU appearances. Now we also got the Target exclusive comic book appearance Yondu recently, and these side by side look really cool. Even though the timelines don't match up completely, they do look really good side by side as kind of classic original looks for the characters. The gold, the belts and all that kind of stuff is the same colouring, so next to each other they do look good and they do look quite uniformed, and I'm going to put both of these guys on my kind of classics shelves with like my first appearance figures, because they just look good. They're 2 figures, or at least Yondu was a figure that people had been asking for ages, and a lot of people have been asking for kind of more comic book accurate Star-Lords, because we did get one in that San Diego Comic Con box set, but then most of the versions that we've got are all MCU, so it is nice to have a comic book version. As I said at the beginning of the video, it would have been really nice if we could put the sword somewhere. It doesn't go in the holster, there's no hole in the bottom, so you can't put it in the holster. It would have been good if it had like a sheath on the back or on the back of his belt or something, because if he's not holding the sword, there is nowhere to store it. So if you choose not to display him holding the sword, it's going to end up in a fodder box or a box of weapons, or however it is that you store your pieces. But all in all, he is a really cool looking figure, and as a collector of kind of original and first appearance kind of comic book accurate figures, this is definitely one for the shelf. I will put mine with like kind of the retro carded figures. Now it would have been nice to have had him on a retro card maybe, because then he would have kind of fallen in line with the retro card versions of the figures we got back in 2018 originally, and they've kind of carried on with that look even right up into the recent Across the Spider-Verse wave are still on that kind of retro blister pack looking card back. So it would have been nice if they'd put Star-Lord on it, and then also you'd be able to appreciate the figure without opening him up if you're an in-box collector. But all in all, obviously he's in a store exclusive, so he is going to be relatively hard to pick up depending on where it is that you're based. But I think if this is your thing, then he is definitely worth picking up. I do love the fact that he is pinless, especially considering Yondu isn't. So it's a nice little touch, but I suppose this is an easier one to put on that Vulcan body because of the broader shoulders. But yeah, all in all, not a bad figure at all. Not my favourite figure of 2023, but definitely a good addition. It's just that helmet. I mean, it would have been nice as well, maybe if they'd given us an unmasked head, like an additional unmasked head, maybe, or I don't know, just something like that. But all in all, very good figure. Quite happy with it. Please do like, share, subscribe, and of course check out my channel for other 5-minute figure reviews. Thank you very much for watching. It's very much appreciated. That's about it. Thanks very much, and I'll see you soon.